So, y'all, you get to hear me going on about crap because I'm just a lot of bit fired up right now, and we're going to see how many takes it takes to get a cohesive message across to people. Because we all know that it is a disfellowshipping offense to run ahead of the organization. They have this hardcore thing where you need to wait on Jehovah to fix anything, to fix any injustice. If there's anything wrong, your job is to shut up, keep your head down, and be quiet. You don't ruin that facade of unity. Don't you do it. Now, there's a problem with that. Because real and actual criminal level injustices are going on. We're just going to start with that right there because I'm pretty sure that's one that none of us can deny. We've seen here in the news how they made a 15-year-old girl listen to her assault for hours on end. How the hell they even got a hold of this is beyond me. Why they thought it was appropriate is beyond me. What is not beyond me is that it's 100% absolute abuse. And they can't say that this is a select few elders, because when you look at the Shepherd the Flock of God book and the Watchtower references for how they handle abuse cases, it's buried, but it's there. It's buried under layers of references. There's references that reference other literature. And when you take the time to actually freaking dig for it, part of the elder's job is to determine if they were not a willing participant in an assault. This isn't a one-off case. This is a thing. Now, maybe there's a select few that have a lot more compassion than these idiots. But this is not a one-off thing. This is added on to two other cases that I am personally aware of. Not even the other YouTubers who are on here sharing how they got fellowship because when they were assaulted, they went with mixed company into a bar. Not even mixed company like gang members. They went in with mixed company as in there were guys and girls that all went to a bar. One of the girls got assaulted, and because she went with mixed company, obviously she was planning on it. How many people have got stories where they're asking what kind of underwear they were wearing? Because if it was anything other than like a pair of shoes or granny panties, they were planning on it. And let me circle back to this for a minute, too, because of the two cases that I'm personally aware of, one of them involved a whole family of foster children. And foster mama got off scot-free because she knew too many people. Every one of them kids got problems. Every one of them kids has got social struggles, emotional struggles that they've had to work through throughout their lives. But when they exhibited those struggles as minors and young adults, even though they knew darn well what these kids have been through, do you know who got punished? Because no matter what, their faith should have led them to do something different. It doesn't matter what kind of trauma you've been through, metaphorical gun to your head or not, or broken connections in your head or not, because trauma causes actual damage. You should have made a different choice. I was reading an article on this episode. It's really pathetic that I just referred to it as an episode, because when you start becoming more aware of it, Google finds these things in your feed and they customize what they show you. So when you find them, they start showing up more. So in this episode, it said that she got reinstated about a year or so later and never went back, as a 15-year-old girl who had been assaulted. Do you know what it means when they said she got reinstated? It meant that she got disfellowshipped for being assaulted. They reviewed her case, tortured her for hours with that tape that they should never have gotten their hands on in the first place, let alone played it back to the victim, let alone listen to it themselves. Like, what the heck are you doing? They see this girl going through this trash, torture her, and then rip the entire support system she's known for her life as a 15-year-old child out for her. And you want to tell me we need to wait on Jehovah to fix it? The only reason they've done anything to fix anything in how they handle child abuse is because a bunch of apostates saw to it that they were exposed, and they had to. Thank Jehovah they fixed it, but you know why they did? Because somebody did something. They didn't put their head down and wait on Jehovah. And the part that really irks me is that there's people in the congregation that are aware of this. They're aware of the abuses that goes on. And not only do they do nothing about it, but they defend it. When the Jehovah's Witnesses argue in court that they should be able to do whatever the heck they want in that back room because it's an ecclesiastical privilege and separation of church and state, because they've argued that they can do whatever they want because of separation of church and state. Why the heck aren't you stoning apostates? Oh, that's illegal? Well, abusing the crap out of people is illegal too. You just so happened to run into somebody who wasn't going to lay down and take it like a kick dog. It's disgusting. How you sit back and say, wait on Jehovah, or everything's fine, or even defend it. You're a disgusting person if that's you. They literally argue in court that they should be allowed to do this crap. They should be allowed to abuse people like this. And the government shouldn't even have an opportunity to review it or to even have an opinion on it, because separation of church and state. They've argued it. If you need the references, email me, heatherrants@yahoo.com. I will find the thing for you and I'll send it to you. It's disgusting. And if you're sitting here defending it, then you need to reevaluate your freaking life. I had another video in mind today. I decided to blow a small fuse instead. But for all the little JWs lurking on my page telling me how disgusting I'm wicked I am, and you're sitting here defending this. I got no words. I really don't. I got a lot of words, actually. But I'm not trying to get arrested. This is the third case I've seen in a few months that made it to the news where an assailant victim was disfellowshipped. And you want to defend what they do and call me wicked. And any of my other peers wicked. And call us angry. And you know what? Anger is a natural response to abuse. So you tell me who's like manipulated here when we can express how we feel. And you're expected to buckle down and wait on Jehovah. The only reason they change stuff is because they got called out on the mat. Because somebody didn't lay down and take it like a dog. Bye, y'all.